Hi, welcome. For as many earbuds, speakers, and headphones I've ever tried, it's always been the rule rather than the exception to be underwhelmed with what you eventually get. But then there are these moments, little pockets of joy in an otherwise indifferent and cruel universe, where something just blows you away, and you're like, thank you, there is some good in the world. Okay, obviously that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but that does not erase the fact that these, the Anker Liberty Soundcore Pros, the Anker Soundcore Liberty 2 Pros, that's one hell of a name, it's better than Sony's, some of the best earbuds I've ever tried. I know I say that a lot, but seriously, these are like top 3 earbuds that I have ever tried. And I'm going to tell you right now, full warning, it's going to end with me recommending that you go out and buy a pair of these ASAP. Like with any earbud review, we got to start with the build quality. And you know what? These have A++ build. Now, I know what you're thinking. Whoa, these are enormous. Didn't you rag on the Amazon Echo Buds for being so huge? Well, here's the thing. The Amazon Echo Buds made very poor use of space out of their housing. These use every centimeter of their shell. You got a big battery. You got this cool slider thing going on to house these enormous earbuds, which, by the way, are some of the best sounding, but I'll get to that later, and most comfortable. That's right. Despite the large size that these appear to be, they are probably the second most comfortable earbuds I've ever worn. You just kind of snap it and then twist it into place, and boom, it's secure. It's not going anywhere. It is there for you to enjoy your tunes to. This also has a little button on the back to see your battery percentage. And speaking of the battery on this is massive with heavy use. These things go for like 6-7 hours, and you get multiple recharge cycles. You can honestly go 2 to 3 days with light use without needing to charge these. Or alternatively, I think I've only ever gotten 2 lights once. That is how good the battery life is on this, because, and by the way, that the battery's goodness is actually reflected even more so in the weight of this thing, because there is no hollow space in here. It is all filled up. And on top of that, bottom houses a wireless charger, so you don't even give up that. And for all you fellow tech heads out there that are obsessed with it, yes, this does have USB Type-C. In terms of the build, Anker really went all out with these. The Anker Soundcore Liberty 2 Pros give up nothing. And as great and as uncompromising as the build is, it's not even the flagship feature, because what Anker advertises is a Astria coaxial acoustic architecture. Anker's promise is to deliver fundamentally on the sound that comes out of the buds. They say, delivers an expansive soundstage with rich details. And you know what? They're right. Because not only do these sound good, you'd be surprised that Anker managed to deliver that kind of sound quality in essentially Bluetooth earbuds. And on top of that, my favorite thing that Anker has done, and keeping in theme with their no compromises approach to this earbud, they've also included this really feature-rich app. Gotta give it up for them. Because the app is great. It is really intuitive to use. It shows you the battery life. The one small note I have with this is that I wish it was a number instead of just like those little dashes that represent, like the green circle that represent how much battery you have left. And if you click it, you just get like a visual battery drain image, which again, not bad, but not as effective as a number. However, the rest of the app is, it's so good. First off, just the most obvious thing, adjustable sound profiles. Yes. This is the move. This is the move. Because you can adjust it to any sound profile you want. If you want more bass, you can get more bass. If you want more treble, you can get more treble. If you're like me and you prefer more vocals, you can get more vocals. Yes, that is how you like to do it for a consumer. The best part is that these have a really uncomplicated surface for interacting with the actual buds, which is a physical little clicky button right here on the top of the buds. Not only is it more tactile and you can feel the presses of the button, and the action is more definitive and it's less jarring than, pushing something in your ear, but you can also adjust the actual actions of inside the app, whether or not you want to double tap to do something on the left or right, or you want to hold to do something on the left and right. And unlike the Amazon Echo Buds, by default, these already have single tap functionality on both buds for playing and pausing. So the app, nice. With that being said, there are some negatives that might make this kind of a tougher sell for anybody considering getting these. The very first and most obvious thing is the size of the case. Like I already mentioned, it does house a great battery and a lot of cool internals, but you can also argue that the Samsung Galaxy Buds are way smaller. They also have wireless charging, USB Type-C, and a really good battery life. Sure, it's not the 32-hour monster that these are, but at the same time, a main case that can be made for true wireless earbuds in the first place, and the main reason most people would get them is because they want something very uncomplicated and diminutive. So they want something that they could just kind of fit in their pocket and forget about, and just not feel like it's there, like it's a giant bulge hanging out of their pants or purse, etc. However, I do personally disagree with this sentiment because it is a great battery fundamentally, and the fact that it can fast charge on top of that is also phenomenal. I am willing to look past the size because it makes good use of the space. I know I say that a lot, but it's very important how much getting that right can affect the experience of using earbuds. In my Amazon Echo Buds review, I made the opposite assessment of those buds because they made terrible use of their space. The case was way too big, and the buds were also just not ergonomic, and no wireless charging. It was still using micro USB. Amazon essentially had a failing of both function and form, whereas these nailed both. However, the main drawback that I will admit is probably going to turn a lot of you guys off to buying them is the price tag. These are $160. Oh, you hate to see it. Now, for $160, that price point is a little bit tricky. In that kind of price point, they dominate by far. And the closest you'll get to an experience of these in any other kind of price point, you'll have to give up something, wireless charging, battery life, sound quality. These really are some of the best earbuds you can get right now because they nail the best parts of truly wireless earbuds. They have the convenience factor, the functionality factor, and the overall experience of what you'd want in a truly wireless ear. By all means, wait for a sale. I'm not telling you to go buy it right now, especially right now. But keep an eye on them, and when they're on sale, nab these suckers up because they are great. One last negative, and I hesitate to even call it a negative because it's just not a feature on these buds, but it's not necessarily a standard across all earbuds to begin with, which is why I don't dock any major points for it. And that is that there is no noise cancellation or noise reduction technology on these buds. So really all the noise isolation you're getting is just from the seal on your ear. For $20-$30 more, I would have loved to see Anker throw in the noise canceling, especially because their over-ear noise canceling headphones have noise canceling, and they're a third of the price of these. So I would have loved to see them make just the perfect earbud, because that's really all they're missing. With that being said, thank you for watching, and be sure to check out my other videos. I'm starting to do this thing on typically Sundays that allows me to upload more casually, just kind of chat with you guys. The tech reviews are not going anywhere, as promised. But check them out. We're gonna have a fun time. My first one just went up. It's my rankings of all of Mr. Kanye West's albums. Go ahead and check that out. And don't forget to subscribe and like that video and this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands.